Just setting up the camera. Someone thinks I look crazy. Just setting up the camera. Doo-doo. Don't look at me like that. Hi Olympians, it's Miss Barreto back with another book recommendation from my bookshelf. So, it's really late right now. It is almost 11, if not 12, I don't know. I don't really have my clock in sight, but it's really, really late. And originally I had a different book I was gonna recommend tonight, but I was sitting here and I was thinking, I'm kind of tired. Maybe I'll switch it up. And so I thought of a book that I used to read every night before going to bed. I read it just over and over again, and it just would make me feel so warm and cuddly and help me fall asleep with lovely dreams. It is a princess book, so it might not be for everybody. So if that's not really your deal, that's fine. I'll see you next week with another one. But this week's book recommendation is The 13th Princess by Diane Zoller. So there you go. It's a beautiful cover, if I must say. And if you've never heard of this book before, that is okay. It is not like the most well-known book, at least I don't think, but it is a really lovely read. It's a fairy tale, basically. It is like a weird, kind of like twisty fairy tale. And who doesn't love to fall asleep to a fairy tale at night? If you've ever heard of the fairy tale, The 12 Dancing Princesses, this is based off of that. If not, I'll give you a quick rundown. Basically, these 12 princesses, all sisters of a king whose wife was long dead, get some slippers, get some dancing shoes from their long-lost mother that opens a portal into another world where they dance and live with magic and beauty. It's a wonderful land of just dancing. As someone who always wanted to be good at dancing and never was, it was just always really nice to read fairy tales like that. This one though, The 13th Princess, takes a look at what would happen if you were the sister that didn't get the shoes. What would happen if your 12 older sisters all got these lovely magical shoes that took them to wonderful places and you didn't? So, as always, I will read the blurb and then I will talk about why this book is so great for me and why I think you guys should give it a chance. Zita is not an ordinary servant girl. She is the 13th daughter of a king who only wanted sons. When she was born, Zita's father banished her to the servants' quarters to work in the kitchens, where she can only communicate with her royal sisters in secret. Then, after Zita's 12th birthday, the princesses all fall mysteriously ill. The only clue is their strangely worn and tattered shoes. With the help of her friends, Brecken the stable boy, Babette the witch, and Milek the soldier, Zita follows her bewitched sisters into a magical world of endless dancing and dreams. But something more sinister is afoot, and unless Zita and her friends can break the curse, the 12 princesses will surely dance to their deaths. A classic fairy tale with a bold twist, The 13th Princess tells the unforgettable story of a magical castle, true love, spellbound princesses, and the young girl determined to save them all. So like I said, I would read this book before bed all the time. It became my personal fairy tale. I loved it. And I think what I loved most was the idea of this girl who was separated from her family, separated from the sisters that understood her most, and forced to kind of live in a world that she didn't always feel a part of. And still, despite that, she had all the grace, quality, and strength that it means to be a princess. My advisory will know that one of my favorite books is The Little Princess, which is over there, and I might share it one day, but it is one of my favorite. And one of the lines from it is, everyone has the ability to be a princess, whether they wear robes of gold or tattered rags. As long as you have grace and strength, you can still be a princess. And I think that that is something that we all have to remind ourselves. Being a princess doesn't mean you live in a fancy castle and have all the nicest things. It is how you treat others. It is how you treat people with kindness and love and respect that make you truly graceful and royal. And this book shows that even when the world pushes you down, even when people that should love you no matter what treat you like you're not the best, you still have all the abilities of being strong and wonderful and protecting those you love. So I think that that is just an important message to share. And this week we talked about theming class, so that is also a really important theme, to treat people with kindness regardless of our past. I think though my favorite part about this book is that while it is very engaging and very fun to read, there's never a moment where I ever felt like I would be scared to go to sleep after this, or I'd be so tense to sleep after this. It is such a low but like steady like feeling that reading it before going to bed was always so nice, because it was just comforting. It just made me feel better and made me feel like I could sleep. So I think that it would be really good for those of you that like to read before bed, which I know I do. It's a nice read. It's probably around 200 pages. I was wrong. 243. But I think that it's something that you guys would all really enjoy. Here's a little excerpt that the back of the book has that I'll share. It says, "My name is Zita, and I am the 13th princess. My 12 sisters are legendary, even in faraway kingdoms, but I am sure that you have never heard of me." So, if you do want to hear more about Zita, I recommend checking this book out. It was released in 2010, which makes it a decade old. I definitely purchased this book in 2010. I'm sure of it, if not earlier. But yeah, I recommend it. As always, I'm going to put all the links of where you can find this book in the description down below. I'm very tired. I'm sorry if this is a shorter video. Like I said, it is very late. And Gloria is not too happy to be up this late. So we both should definitely head off to bed soon. But this is our last book recommendation before the spooky month of October. And if there's one thing you should know about me, it is that I love spooky books. So get ready. I have a huge pile of books right behind this camera, ready to be talked about, that will give you some frights and give you some really good reads. So, like I said, if you want to read this book, it is The 13th Princess by Diane Zoller, and I think it is an amazing read. So, if you're interested, check out the links below. Again, if princess things aren't your deal, check out my previous recommendations, all under the playlist Miss Barreto's Bookshelf. Or you can come back next week when we begin our spooky storytelling. That's all I have for you. Glory, say goodnight. She says goodnight. Good night, everybody. I'll see you all soon, and happy reading.